everyone. Oh my goodness, nobody's on here yet. Whew, is that my hair? That is literally what my hair looks like today. I am not sure what's going on with that. Anyway, it's gonna be hard doing a live. I've got a gallon of water a day I've been drinking. I still gotta drink this and this yet. So, should be fun. I don't know if I don't see anybody on here. It's early yet. Oh, somebody just jumped on. Hey, from Phoenix. Hey, Carmen, how are you? Okay, got a couple people on here now. It has been crazy. I don't know. Have y'all ever heard of that 75 hard? Oh my goodness. So my real estate coach, who I've had for years and years, he jumped on like March, no, in the very last day of February. He was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Oh, good. Well, if you need any help with real estate, you know who to call. You already got one person you know over here. Although you throw a rock in any direction in Florida, you're going to hit a realtor. So, I don't know. Anyway, so my, so my real estate coach, he looks like, honestly, he really does look like a drill instructor. Joshua, if you're watching this, sorry, but you kind of do. Anyway, so he's on there. He tells everyone that he's going to do 75 hard again because he did it last year, did it all the way through. And, yeah, he did it no problem. Not really. And, so he says that he's going to do on the last day of February. He's like, okay, March 1st, I'm going to do again. Who wants to join me? Rah, and I'm like, all right, I'm in. Okay. I would have had a lot more fun over the weekend at the end of February if I had known that I was going to do 75 days of 75 hard, like March 1st, but that's okay. Oh, yay! Welcome from Corpus Christi. My husband's just looking at me, giving me the weirdest look. Yeah, let me just not be embarrassed. It's okay. So embarrassing. When y'all are talking, it's like no big deal. But when my family's looking at me like, okay. It's like, oh, you're doing that YouTube thing. That's so cute, So bad. Anyway, so I'm doing this 75 hard challenge. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of this, but it's not really a fitness thing. It's more of like a mental challenge because you have to do a few things. It's very simple, but not easy. So you have to do 2 workouts a day. Doesn't matter what you do. It could be, hardcore, go to the gym, or go for a walk. At least one of those workouts has to be outdoors no matter the weather. Well, I got it kind of easy over here, kind of, sort of, because, it was, like, really gorgeous weather. But now we've got, thunderstorms rolling in, so that's going to make things a little more difficult. Anyway, so you have to do 2 workouts per day, 45 minutes each, and they can't be back-to-back, no cheating. So that makes it a little difficult because it's, like, at different points of the day. Hey, Duke! So we got that. There's 10 pages of nonfiction that you have to read every day. You have to drink a gallon of water. That's the one that's killing me. That's a lot of water, okay? It is a lot of water. I'm not that tall. I'm only 5'5". Okay, that is a lot of water in one human being in a day. Anyway, you have to follow diet. Doesn't matter which one. Pick one, but you have to stick to it. There are no cheat meals. There are no, oh, well, I'll just have this little candy bar or something. No, there's no sneaking, no whatever. Because again, it's that mental challenge in trying to stick with something for 75 days. Simple, right? So my husband calls me up tonight and he's like, hey, do you want to go out to dinner? And I'm like, no, I'm good. He's like, I was thinking about grabbing Culver's and bringing it home then. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, that's cool. I've got other stuff I can eat. No big deal. He's like, yeah, I'm going to get myself a burger. I'm going to get Lexi, our daughter. I'll get her chicken sandwich. She likes, what do you want? And I'm like, there ain't nothing at Culver's I can eat. So I was like, no, I'm good. Really, it's okay. So he's like, okay. He goes, well, don't you want me to bring you home some ice cream? I was like, he's trying to kill me. Okay, I'm 11 days into this. I am not going to go all the way back to day one, because if you mess up on even one thing, you have to start back at day one, and it erases the last 11 days. No, no, I don't want ice cream. Thank you very much. So, and stupid me, I did low carb, and I should have done low calorie diet. That I could have probably done a little easier. Low carb, man, I love my pasta. I love my breads and wraps and pizzas, and I mean, you can do that on low calorie. Low carb, I'm getting real creative in the kitchen, let me tell you. Anyway, so it's just kind of been a little crazy. But I was like, I can't have ice cream. What are you trying to do? Nick's the almost last 2 weeks. And he's just like, I could have swore I saw you eating ice cream. And I'm like, no, I have not had ice cream in like 2 weeks. Thank you. Almost 2 weeks. He's just like, oh, okay, no big deal. I'm like, not that I really want my husband paying attention over the course of our marriage as to what I stuff inside my face. But at the same time, really? Anyway, that's been the last couple weeks over here. But yeah, we've got like crazy thunderstorms rolling in, and it's so funny because you'll see on Facebook all these new people to Ocala, and they're like, what is with these thunderstorms? Oh my goodness, the house is rattling and everything, and it's like, we're all just kind of, it's normal for this time of year. That's what happens. And these storms, I'm not gonna lie, they are scary. They are like, oh my goodness, thunder and lightning and everything, but they don't do much. They don't do any damage or anything. It's just, you know, a bunch of noise, a lot of bark and no bite. So we're all just like, meh, yeah, it's nice to go out and watch it. I mean, not that you want to go walking through a lightning storm or anything. That's not the brightest, but it's not like, you know, when I first moved here, I did the same thing. I was in this big classroom, and there was like, I was raised in Texas. You see weird storms coming in, you head under the tables or something, you know, kiss your butt goodbye. But, yeah, so like, you know, Temple, Texas, Fort Worth area. Later we moved to Fort Worth. Anyway, so yeah, Tornado Alley. So I come over here and I'm like freaking out. I sit in a classroom and there's all these dark, black, scary looking clouds roll in, and thunder starts going, and the lightning and everything, and then the light blinks out, and I'm like, I went and stood in a doorway, and everybody's just like completely oblivious. They are paying attention to the class, and I'm like, why isn't everybody like going for the middle of the building or something? Like, what's the deal? So I know how you guys, right? No, it is some crazy weather. So, yeah, I mean, I don't want to, like, go out in it, but, you know, right? It is some crazy storms, absolutely crazy storms that come through. So, it's that time of year. It's cyclical. Every year it happens, every time. That just means spring's coming on. It's not a big deal. It's a good thing. Every day in summertime, from now until the end of summer, there is going to be storms that roll through. They go for about 20 minutes. And if it's rolling like really coming down, cats and dogs, buckets of water, just sit in your car. It'll be over in about 5 minutes. Don't even worry about it. It's bizarre. It is so bizarre. But we're getting back used to it because it's been like this week and last week. It's really been coming down. So like, which is kind of good because the plants really need it. Everything's kind of still a little bit brown and dried out and stuff. We don't get any rain hardly at all during the winter months. So that's really nice because we don't have to like cut our grass. I kind of like it. So bad. But I mean, we do property management. Do you know how many lawns that is? Like every single house that's vacant. I mean, during the summer months, I hate when houses go vacant. It's like you go out there and blink and it's Jumanji the next day. It's really just woof. So yeah, anyway, here I am talking right along. So what are y'all up to? It's like an ongoing conversation we got here. I'm getting used to this YouTube live thing. Y'all like ask questions and stuff and say hi. I love it. I get to interact. It's great. In the comfort of my own cozy couch. It's the best thing ever. I know I should go and find someplace more exciting. Like, I don't know. This is about as exciting as I get. I don't go out. Oh yeah. I like Cherrywood. I can walk to Cherrywood from my house. We'll be neighbors. We'll get this water down. Let's see. We're going over to Ocala Preserve. It was crazy how it worked out. Ocala Preserve's over on the north side of town. It used to be Shea Homes, and then they sold to D.R. Horton. And it was Trilogy. I don't know. They don't know what their name is. Anyway, it's been like 4 different names. So, but it's really cute while it was with them, but then they said D.R. Horton was buying it, and it might be some parts all ages and some parts 55 plus. I didn't really know what was going on. So I was like, you know what? It's been about a year. I'm going to go ahead and go back out there and find out, now that the dust is settled, what's going on out there. And so it was really funny because I was supposed to go out last week to go and get a video out there. I was like, I'm going to do it. And then I just didn't have time. My week ran away from me. I bet. Well, yeah, I could see that. So it was really funny because my favorite D.R. Horton salesperson just got sent over to that one. I was like, Dawn! Oh my goodness, Dawn! She's over there and she's like, are you going to come over and, you know, bring your office and I'll treat you guys to breakfast or whatever, and you guys can check out the facilities and you can get some YouTube videos, because she knows I'm all about the YouTube. And she just invited us all to go out there and find out all the stuff and see the clubhouse and get like the grand tour. And I'm like, I freaking love you. So instead of me just kind of going in and doing my thing, I got like a full access pass. So yay. And she'll tell me exactly how it is. So yeah, I got like the inside scoop. So, but I do have to wait for it because it's not this Tuesday, because all the agents were like, all our kids are out of school. Like, don't count me in anything. So we're like, okay, so that everybody can do it, we're going to do it the next Tuesday. So watch for that, because it will be an awesome video. And I think Maddie's doing one. Maddie the realtor is one of my agents. Sharney, Jeff Baker, all of it. We're all going to go out there and like ask every question we could possibly do. And we're all doing videos. So like all of a sudden there's going to be a bunch of videos about Ocala Preserve. And it's just because we love Dawn. She is so easy to work with and so awesome. No. No. Cherrywood, it's only going to be Seco. It's the same as me, I think. Yeah, it should be Seco. Sumter Electric Cooperative, which is like a membership thing. It's just up the road on 60th, on Southwest Airport Road, Southwest 60th Avenue, whatever you want to call it. You can just go in. The girls there are really, really nice. But yeah, no. And it's actually pretty inexpensive. It has gone up a little bit, but so is everything. Oh my goodness. I bought that Prius. Well, actually, my husband bought me that Prius in the nick of time. I kept saying for 6 months. Didn't I say it? It was going to go up. For water, I think there they have... Ooh, that one's a little harder. We have like these little tiny water companies. It's either going to be Marion County Utilities or it's going to be Sunshine Utilities. Hopefully it's Marion County Utilities, because they actually got their act together. Sunshine Utilities drives me nuts. But it's still, we've got Marion County Utilities, and it's $20 a month for a family of 4. So it's not exactly, you know, breaking the bank. I don't know. Yeah, 20 bucks a month is about what we pay. You're welcome. Sergio, who on earth is your realtor didn't tell you any of that stuff? Go and have words with them. It better not be one of mine. Watch it be me. No. No. No, they got, yeah, Sumter Electric, and hopefully you have, it's the internet you should be worried about. The cable company, hopefully it's not Zito. I've got Zito. Yeah, I know. Zito, the cable company. Zito in Spectrum. I love Spectrum. Oh, Spectrum is awesome. Very easy to work with because they're like, I don't know, they got their act together. But Zito, oh, good grief. You can sit there on hold for ever. Oh, cool. Okay, see, I'd have to look that up. It's hard for me to remember every single house in Marion County, what they've got and what they don't, and what the HOA. I do have that list, but I don't remember off the top of my head. That's why I made the list. So, what are the amenities? What are this? What are that? They got a real cute clubhouse, and they got a really nice pool, though. So, but I don't really, unless I'm selling a house, I'm not in there. It's a 55 plus community. So, I do have some friends that live in there, but I haven't gone over and seen them in a while. So, anyway, I don't know, really, probably before COVID. So, anyway, but yeah, if as long as you got the internet and the cable with it, it's awesome. Hopefully you've got Spectrum. Zito drives me nuts. But I got in trouble with them anyway. We were like, all of a sudden our internet with Zito was like really, really slow. And we're like, what in the world? And my husband was like, you know, maybe something broke, maybe something's just not working, maybe the modem's wrong, I don't know. So he calls them up and they're like, no, they're like, we throttled your internet usage back. And he's like, why? And they're like, well, you went over. He's like, we don't have an over. There is no overage. It's unlimited. And they're like, well, yeah, but you used more than what's reasonable for a residential location. And he's like, what? And he goes, well, apparently when I started using YouTube, I was downloading videos that I like. I'll take videos and stuff, but I can't, you know, I'll use it on my phone or whatever, and I store it in the cloud. And then I was editing them at the house. Well, I don't know, some of those videos, I'm not joking, it's like an hour long. And that's the edited version. Think about that for a second. So I was taking, like, every day, I was downloading videos, working on them, and then uploading the finished product up to YouTube. In the course of less than, I think it was only like 3 weeks, I used like 6 terabytes. And if you know anything about computers, you know that's a ridiculously large amount of data to be using. So I couldn't really blame them. But still, you know, a real quick phone call and saying, hey, can you, you know, go to your office, for crying out loud? But yeah, I was doing it after hours because during the day it's absolute mayhem at my office. I don't know. It's probably anybody's real estate office is mayhem right now. Like, seriously, like, really. But, yeah. Anyway, oh my goodness, I got 10 people watching. So you're retired military. Let's see. Okay. So I doubt you'd be using 6 terabytes of data then. That would be a lot of uploads and downloads. That was a lot. But at the office, it's like no big deal. So I think it might slow other people down. I'm not sure. But at the office, we've got Cox Communications, and that seems to be pretty decent. So I don't know. So I got to get a new Mac. Mine is like dying. Oh, cool. Yeah, we don't have Coast Guard in Ocala, really, because we don't have Coast. So there's that. So yeah, retired, that's cool. We got lots of retirees. But then again, I know my agent, Jeff Baker, he was stationed in Orlando, and he was with the Navy, and he didn't have any water either, so. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed some of them. That makes it sound like some of them were awful, which truthfully they are. I kind of went with quantity over quality. So I apologize for the ones you didn't enjoy. I don't enjoy them either. In fact, I try real hard not to watch them because, yeah, no. I mean, especially the eating ones. Oh my goodness. I have such a hard time with that. I mean, seriously, have you ever taken a camera and put it on the table with you while you're eating and like filmed yourself stuffing your face? It is not a comfortable thing. All the other people in the restaurant are looking at you like you're crazy. It's just, I don't like watching those. Hold on. Duke said, is on top of the world a 55? Oh yeah, they are very much definitely a 55 plus community. They're, yeah, we'll leave that one alone. Yeah, it is like probably the most strict 55 plus community in the county. Like, you're not allowed to, well, some of the parts of it, they, you don't even own the land. It's leasehold. So there's that. And then other parts, like, you could never do a reverse mortgage on your house. They don't allow that. I don't know. There's all sorts of stuff. No fences, no, it's just a lot of no's, which some people still like it because there's a lot of amenities. But, and it is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful in there. But definitely they're very strict. We'll go with that. A lot of rules. Well, yeah, I used to think that too, but you got to think of like what it covers. I think it's like $330 or $350 a month is their HOA fee. So yeah, that's pretty excessive. But I think the water is included. I don't know. See, now I'm trying to remember. I'm going to give you wrong information. Trash pickup, water, I think cable, and of course it's got like 50 bazillion clubhouses, and I mean, beautiful clubhouses. 365 now. Whew, it's gone. And then they've got like, I mean, they've got guards at the gates. I mean, they are hardcore. Like, even when I go in, okay, I'm a realtor, fairly well-known realtor. I go in the 55 plus communities all the time. No, on Top of the World, I cannot go in there past 6 p.m. Just no. I would have to have like the homeowner come and like come to the gate and get me kind of thing, I guess. I don't know. But I cannot, they don't allow vendors in there. They also, every time I go, I have to show my real estate license. Do you know what a real estate license looks like? It is a scrap of paper that is like, they don't, the division of real estate, they don't send out licenses anymore. They email us and then we can print out the little piece of paper. So for me, I know I'm going to have to show it to On Top of the World guards every time. So I actually laminate it myself, but I'm like, what do other agents do? But yeah, kind of crazy. Yeah, for VA, there is some things because you don't own the land. It's not all of them. But the villas for sure. They're priced pretty decent. They're like $185,000 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. And then it's got a double car garage on a lot of them. And they're cute. I mean, they really are cute, but yeah, that's a lot of money. So $185,000 and you do not own the land. And then, yeah, VA, FHA, USDA, they don't like that at all. Like, at all. So it definitely puts restrictions on your lending options. But, whatever. But like I said, there's only a certain amount. You can't do, I don't think you can do a 100% loan anyway in there. I think there's like a certain amount that you have to have in equity before they will even allow you in there. The application process, by the way, is no joke. So yes, in answer to that question, 55 plus community On Top of the World, yes, it is most definitely. They're hardcore, but it's absolutely beautiful. It looks like Disney World for retirees. I was about to say 55 plus, but that doesn't make sense. But yeah, so anyway, but I think there's a lot of communities that are absolutely gorgeous as well, and maybe not quite as strict, and definitely the lower HOAs, because 365, that's a lot. That's a lot, especially if you're going to be in the one that doesn't own the land. That's actually a really good question. So she asked, with houses going so quickly, how do you help out-of-towners? I like that. How do we help them compete? They can't rush over to see the house, or do they lose out a lot because of they're out of town? It really depends on how they're doing it. normally, normally we're either like, come down and we're going to go shopping, you know, take a few days. If you really need to be inside and look at the house before you make an offer, then you need to come down here, make a vacation of it. And we'll go and see as many houses as we can get a hold of in that time frame. That's one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is, if you are okay with it, we will go ahead and do the whole thing virtually. We'll go and do a FaceTime or, you know, YouTube videos and send you a private link that only you can see. And we'll just go in and we'll tell you how it smells and how it looks and any issues we see or anything like that. We try to be as crazy honest as possible about it, because it's a lot of liability that we're taking on, and a lot of, you know, and it's just the responsibility of it, you know. So, but we try to do FaceTime, because then, you know, if you're like, hey, go look under the kitchen sink or whatever, we can literally go and do that. It's not a home inspection. It's just a showing, but we want to be able to show you all that. So there you go. Sergio said he did it. So the third option that we can do is we can go ahead and show it to you virtually. And if it looks like it's okay, we can go ahead and put the contract on it on an as-is contract. There's different contracts we can use. But the as-is contract is the easiest one to get out of during the inspection period, which can last, it's totally up to you. It can last anywhere from 0 days to 15 days is norm. I think on the contract actually has 15 days is average. Anyway, so what we do is, if you're ready to purchase a house, we'll go over, we'll do a, you know, walkthrough video with you, or FaceTime, whatever, or both. And then we'll go ahead and do the contract, which you can sign electronically. If they accept your offer, and that's key here, you know, don't get plane tickets until you know. If they accept your offer, then we're going to go ahead and schedule the home inspection with you, and you can physically come to the home inspection and really check it out. So then you'll also have the report. Now, in that contract, you do not have to have a home inspector to get out of the contract. You could go in and say, this toilet is too low, I want to break the contract. So it's a really watery contract, which is why we use it for that case, is so that you can, you know, walk away. It literally says for any reason. So you don't have to have a home inspection for that. That being said, if you're pretty serious about the house anyway, you might as well just do the home inspection at that point or the next day, and, you know, just decide from that information. So yeah, there are ways to do it without having to stress out about you losing a house, and, you know, how are you supposed to see it? What if it wasn't on the market when you came down? And, you know, what if you're going to miss out on something? No, we've been doing this a while. That's basically, we've figured out, you know, how to do it so it works well for everybody. So, but yeah, if you decide to walk away while you're in contract in the inspection period, you even get your escrow back. They can't even hold your escrow. So it's really about the only thing you'd be out is the home inspection if you've not had that yet, or if you've already paid for that. But yeah, pretty easy. So, but yeah, I can't tell you how many times people have been buying it completely virtually. So just off of videos and FaceTime and stuff like that. She wants to know if you're happy, Sergio. Hey, Bill. Yeah, I'm only 28 minutes in. Me and I talk a lot on these things. I don't know what in the world. But it's fun because everybody, you know, like, communicates on here. And I get to have it's like having 16 phone calls at once. It's great. Good. Yeah. So yeah, that's a way you can do it. Try to make sure that you get somebody that is, I mean, again, I would love it if you work with us, but even if you don't, make sure that you're working with somebody that is very honest and will tell you, like, because some things don't convey over videos, like smells. So, you know, if the agent walks in and they notice an odor of mothballs, they should say there's an odor of mothballs. Do I just do Ocala? No, we do Citrus County, Levy County. We do all over. Oh, Marion County is actually the main area that we cover. That's just where we're based out of. But no, we go to surrounding areas. Now, if you're talking Tallahassee, probably not, because that's like a 3-hour drive, but my son lives up there, so maybe. To list a house, I would. With a buyer, no, I wouldn't. Not if I'm not familiar with the area enough. So, still getting my house ready to sell. Hold on, where'd it go? Wait, what happened? I don't know what happened to your note. I could have swore. Okay, I don't know. Ooh, nope. I almost X'd out of the call. I'm so technologically advanced. No, I'm not. Anyway. But yeah, so for listing, we can sell anywhere in the state of Florida with our license. However, there are areas that I'm just not familiar with. So if I have an agent that is really familiar with them, like, yeah, go for it. Like Sharni, for example, she was living in Orlando for a couple years. So she knows everybody over there. So she helps buyers and sellers over in Orlando all the time. Would I personally? No, I'm not familiar enough with the area to go, oh yeah, this is a great area. And then there was like 6 shootings or something and I know nothing about it. That's not a good realtor. So, and it's so funny because it does actually happen where like people from Tallahassee, like realtors from like Tallahassee or Miami will come up and they're like, well, can you like drive me and I've actually had customers doing that. Wait. It says still getting my house ready. Wait. Okay. Still getting house ready to sell. I do have a buyer, so that's good. Can't wait to get there. I can't wait for you to get here too. Apparently, if I touch it, then I can. Okay. Sergio says, one of the first things I did was to check the school performance. Then we checked the crime map for the Ocala area. Good plan. Very good plan. Oh, yeah. Crystal River. So I have friends, like some really, really, really super close friends that are over in, I guess it's in Beverly Hills. Would probably be like, it's kind of in between Beverly Hills and Hernando. Tell Opie I said hi. It's his buddy Opie. He really does look. Okay, I'm not even going there. Anyway, so just tell him I said hi. But yeah, so I have friends that are over there and I see them all the time. And then, but yeah, Crystal River. Yeah, I'm very familiar with Crystal River. I used to live in Lecanto, and at one point I lived in Inverness as well. So, yep. Citrus County is definitely very familiar. Now, would I go all the way to Homosassa? Me personally, no, but my agents do. Only because it takes me like a good freaking hour to get there. So, I'm just like, really? So, and I mean, it's not like you just go there once, show a house, and that's it. You go for the home inspection. You go and check on the repairs. You go and check on the walkthrough. It's not just like a one. So that's actually an hour there and an hour back, and that's not counting the time for the actual stuff yourself, the self. So, but yeah, Crystal River, no problem. $385? What in the world? So $365, $385 for On Top of the World and no water included. You know the water is owned by the developer there, right? Yeah, he actually owns the water company there. So anyway, yeah, that developer also, the foundation or the family foundation, they also were the ones that did Shalom Park. I think they still do a lot of the maintenance and stuff. And they're also the ones doing Kalesa and that $30 million pool that is opening in 2 weeks. On March 26th, the FAST, Florida Aquatic Swim Training. Yeah, they built that too. So, kind of interesting. And they're building the school that's going to be a charter school, the ENA, and anyway. But yeah, so all of that is the same family, basically. Same developer. So, yeah, interesting. Lots of interesting stuff over there. They call it the miniature villages. I don't know. That's fairly accurate because it's a family. The villages, the entire city or whatever of the villages, that is owned by a family as well. So, kind of interesting. I'm not going there. A $300 water bill? What in the world was she doing? That is crazy. $300. That is more than what we pay in, that's like 2 years of usage for us. That's insane. Like literally, that's like 2 years worth of water for us almost. That's at least 1.5 years for sure. That's insane. So maybe there was a water break or something. I've heard of that happening where there's like a pipe that broke and all your water is going like away from you and they don't know. I don't know. That's only a guess. $300 for a water bill is crazy. Donna, I was wondering when that was going to be brought up, but yes, it is actually not of just Florida, but yes, the villages is the highest rates of STDs in the nation, actually. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, $300 water bill will happen with something like that because she did technically take the water, but you know, it basically went out in the ground. So normally a water company will call you and say there is an astronomical amount of water usage going on at your residence. Is everything okay? That's what Marion County Utilities does, at least, if they can catch it quick enough. But it's still, that's a lot of money. $300, that's crazy. That is crazy. Whoop. I was going to put my feet up, but I almost took out the whole thing. So, yeah. But yes, going back to the villages STD rate. There's actually a movie about the villages. It was like a Sundance Film Festival kind of thing. And they actually were talking about, you know, and really interviewing people that live in the villages and stuff. And it was really cute, actually. But it is a different lifestyle. It's a very different mentality down there. It's basically like, I honestly think it's like all of the 20-somethings that were in frat houses grew up, or maybe they didn't get to be in frat houses at one point and they've grown up and now are living their wildest dreams and fantasies in the 55-plus city. So, I don't know. But, you know, at the same time, they have a mentality of like, well, if I get AIDS or get something, I'm not going to be around long enough to be killed from AIDS, so what's it matter? I'm not going to get pregnant, so what's it matter? That's the kind of like mentality that also cycles that around. So, yeah. I asked my mother-in-law one time if she wanted to date somebody from the villages, and she's like, no. I was like, whatever. But, yeah. It's just different. The loofahs. So yeah, I think that was talked about in the movie. I'm not sure, but yeah, there's different loofahs. Okay, so the loofahs are possibly a rumor, but not quite. Okay, so I think it started as a rumor, is how that started. What it was like all the cars look the same. So the one urban myth down there is that some of the villagers would put loofahs and attach them to their car antennas, and then they knew what color was there or what car was theirs. So they were, you know, doing that and to differentiate the cars. Well, you had to use different colors because otherwise everybody's using the same thing. You can't find your car again. So that was one myth. That's what everybody explains it away. If you live in the villages, that's what you're going to tell people. But everybody started saying, because, you know, of the high level of, I don't know, promiscuity that goes on down there, that the loofahs meant something else. And I don't know if that's where it started, or they're like, hey, that's a great idea, let's go ahead and do this, or if it was always like that or what. But yeah, you can actually Google it and find out what the different colored loofahs mean. So, interesting. But I don't have a loofah on my car. I don't want to know what color the loofahs actually mean or anything like that. I'm leaving that one alone. So, whatever. Mr. Joe, you had a question. How much is a gallon of regular gasoline there? A lot. No, I think it's around $4. So, yeah. I knew it was going to get a loofah. It's the frou-frou things that like you use in the shower. They have like a rope that they hang by, and they're like these froofy, I don't know, it's a loofah. But it's supposed to, like, I have one in my shower. It's you know, you put some soap in it and then you use it to scrub up. But they come in like every color under the sun, so yeah. But yeah, when you go down to the villages, there's a lot of cars that have the loofahs attached in some way to the car. So, yeah. I don't ask questions. If I saw a loofah on a car, I would not ask a question because then I might actually get the answer. I don't want the answer. I don't. I'm good. I will just stick to my innocence and just, that's as far as I know about it and far as I want to know about it. That's right there. I don't know. Craziness, right? I think they have way too much time on their hands. They need more hobbies. I don't know. Oh, yeah, it's Friday. So what are you guys doing tomorrow? I don't even know what kind of weather y'all got up there. I'm thinking we're going to have some thunderstorms. I want to go downtown because I haven't seen the new sculptures over at Tuscaloosa Park yet, and there's supposed to be a whole bunch of stuff going on at Tuscaloosa Park and also downtown, and I think they've got live music and all sorts of stuff going on. CDD and an HOA. Okay, so an HOA is a homeowners association. HOA, homeowners association, which means the homeowners actually got together and made up rules for themselves, and they are the ones that they, as a group, as a collective, they maintain the common areas amongst themselves, and so they all pitch into the pot basically and pay for those common areas. So that's why you have a homeowners association fee. Everybody mandatorily has to pay it anyway. So, and they can change the rules as they go along. On Top of the World, technically, and Cherrywood actually, both do not have technical homeowners associations because they are not owned by homeowners. It's still developer owned. So they have, I forgot the legal term for it, but they actually are under development control. At some point, when the developer is no longer building in that community, they can then turn it over to the homeowners. And then the homeowners will either make new rules or do different things or just accept whatever was being done by the developer and move on with life. I don't see Cherrywood or On Top of the World the developers turning the association over to the homeowners anytime soon. So you have to be aware of that when you move in, that it's not like you can be on a board or something necessarily. It's the developer. It's a developer run place. Anyway, CDD is different, and I always forget the difference between the CDD and the land lease. But basically it's a different fee entirely for, I believe that one's for leasing, not the fee. Figures my husband's not here because he's always the one that figures out the, anyway, I always mess up the CDD. It's a mandatory fee, basically, normally in a homeowners association or a development, and I cannot remember what it stands for, and of course I'm using my phone to Google it, but it is different. It is different. You can have an HOA or a developer and still have a CDD, so it's actually doubled up because you'll have that plus that. Anyway, watch, everybody's Googling it now. Be like, look, Andrew's an idiot. I don't know, Duke. I'm not even remotely looking that up. He's all into the loofahs now. We've lost Duke. We've lost Duke. Opie, bring him back. St. Patty's Day parade here tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's in there. Okay. Temperatures are dropping throughout the day down to the 30s, and yes, I won't be there. Probably good plan not to be out in the 30s. Anyway, it was weird. We actually had some really hot weather. It was like 93 the other day. It was really bizarre. And then we started getting all the thunderstorms in, and it instantly dropped down to like the 60s. Now it's probably, I don't know, like 70 degrees outside, give or take. It's not raining, so that's a good thing. But the storms, even with the storms rolling in, it's not like they rain hardcore all day or all night. It's like, I don't know, they just kind of roll around in a circle or something. So it's like you get hardcore rain and then nothing and beautiful blue skies for a few hours and then hardcore rain, and it's just weird. But yeah, so tomorrow morning, hopefully there won't be any thunderstorms and we'll be able to go over to the downtown, the market and Tuscaloosa Park and stuff like that, because there was a lot of cool stuff going on down there. So I haven't gotten down there in a while. I really want to bring my knives to the blade sharpening guy, because yeah, I need all of them sharpened pretty much. So yeah, I don't know. From now on, I'm just gonna like have an ongoing conversation with Opie. He's out there somewhere. Like, hey Ken, keep your plants covered. Those poor plants. My plants can take a beating. I got hardy plants out there that need little to no assistance from me. I can't complain about the 60s. Yeah, probably good weather. I think there was Mardi Paws. I think that's happening. I don't know if it was, yeah, I think it is this weekend. So Mardi Paws Parade, which is a bunch of pets. And then there's like some pet artwork as well going on. How far is Cherrywood from the new VA clinic? Maybe about, I'd say 10 minutes, if that. You just go up Cherrywood. You go up 60th and hang a right on 200. So it depends on traffic, about 10 minutes. So maybe 15 if it's like really heavy traffic on 200. I don't know. Yeah, not that far. The new VA clinic is right over by where the Dillards is, and it's the markets of Heathbrook. It's like right in there where the Starbucks and Barnes and Noble is and all that stuff. But I think it's actually like open and running at this point. So that's like brand new. I mean, the paint's probably still not dry. So once it actually calmed down a little, I was going to go over and get some video, because it's pretty cool looking. I mean, you know, it's nice to have a big old VA clinic. I know it's a VA clinic instead of a hospital, but it's about the size of a small hospital. It's pretty cool. We are very happy to have it here, like very happy. So, but there is another one, smaller one actually, over down on Highway 42 in the Villages. So that's actually Marion County as well. So Marion County is huge though. I mean, seriously, it is like really, really big. It's crazy. It is not quite the size of Connecticut, but like by this much. It's pretty big. It's bigger than the size of Rhode Island, but pretty much everything is bigger than the state of Rhode Island. So, but Connecticut's a pretty good size, and yeah, Marion County is about almost, it's like by maybe 100 square miles or something, almost the size of Connecticut. So when people ask me, they're like, oh, well, where's the bad side of town and what's the good side of town? I'm like, the county is freaking huge. There's pockets and spots of activity everywhere. So, you know, it's mostly cows. We got more cows than criminals. I mean, it's rural. A lot of land out there. So, I don't know. Oh, I went and saw the coolest community. It's a gated community, and it has like 10-acre parcels each, but it was beautiful, like absolutely beautiful. Rolling hills is so pretty. Crazy expensive, but oh my goodness, it's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But they've got a whole bunch of land in there. They're selling it for about $32,000 an acre. So yeah, oh, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. But in other places you can get land for about, I don't know, I saw a few places it was 16, 17,000 per acre, but it was, part of it was in a flood zone, so that's not really helping. But there were, you normally could get it 20 to 25,000 per acre. So, you know, anyway, I don't know how many acres you want, but you could get it. One of my agents, all she's doing is selling land. It's crazy. She's got so many people that want just lots and land. But anyway. Oh my goodness. Let me see if I missed any questions. Nope. I'm keeping up tonight. Yeah. It's probably because everybody's out there partying and stuff. I was supposed to go tomorrow, and it was so sad. That's why I'm like still trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I was like, honey, what are we doing? Because I thought I was going to be busy on Saturday. So we were supposed to redo the parking lot over at the Kingdom Hall, and it is all volunteer. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'm going to go. I volunteer. It was supposed to be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Well, I don't know how to redo a parking lot. I have no idea. I was like, well, sure, we'll learn something new. So, did they send you out for an x-ray? Who sends who out for an x-ray? I feel like I was part of a, I don't know. Don't know. Don't worry, Ken. It'll come back around. Hopefully you're telling everybody to call me if they decide to sell it there again. I might have to do a posting or something over there. But yeah, so I was supposed to do a parking lot. I have no idea how I was going to resurface a parking lot, but they were going to show me. And I got my boots and everything, and I didn't hear from them whether I was supposed to have like steel-toed boots or just regular boots. So I got steel-toed. And then, so I was really excited about my steel-toed boots and everything. I'm going to learn how to resurface a parking lot. So I'm always wanting to learn something new. I'm always wanting to learn, always. So, yeah, but no, they finished it completely on Thursday. So I was like, and I volunteered for Saturday. So I was like, well, I guess my Saturday got freed up, and now I'll never know how to resurface a parking lot. So I guess I can ask somebody else. I don't know. I want to see how things are done. And, you know, I love to volunteer anyway. It's so hard because I don't have that much time to volunteer these days. But it was really, really heartbreaking. I was like, but I didn't send my boots back. I figure I'll go ahead and just hang on to them, and then I can go and work with like Habitat for Humanity or something anyway. So love building some houses. I learned how to build a deck with them and how to hang siding and all sorts of stuff. So I love that. Really cool stuff. If you ever want to learn anything and everything about a house, go volunteer with Habitat. They'll show you how. Entry from Ken saying VA does not have radiology department. Oh, okay. You were talking amongst yourselves. I'm sorry. So that would be weird if they didn't even have an x-ray. That's weird. Like, I can understand like maybe an MRI, because a lot of, and then they just send you out for it. There's a couple of places locally that do that, and then, you know, just send the results back to the doctor. The only reason I know this is because our son has severe scoliosis. Like, you hear scoliosis and you're like, oh, okay, a little bit of a curve. No, we're talking like multiple curves and twists, and I mean, so he's had to get an MRI every 6 months basically for the last, I don't know, probably 10 years. So yeah, he was in a brace for a long time. But we won't talk about him because I don't have his permission to share all of that. So I'm going to stay off of that. But yeah, we had to do MRIs. So going to get MRIs is like pretty simple around here. It's not like you have to, you know, have an appointment for months and months in advance or something like that. It's just like, oh, I gotta go do this. Okay, boom. But yeah, they actually, he's had a CAT scan done because we we live just off the trail, and you know, 16-year-old boy who was out there riding his bike, and he went down a new trail, and I guess the path went like this, and he wasn't going fast enough to go over, and so he just kind of went straight down and went head over his handlebar. Well, you know, like a really good bike crash, you know, it wasn't like a little bit. He really durfed it. So they were really worried. He did break his arm. He did have a lot of, you know, scuffs and bleeding and bruising and all of that. But they actually thought he broke his neck. I mean, somebody with severe scoliosis probably should not be going down new bike paths, but, yeah, we didn't know that's what he was going to do, obviously. But yeah, so he actually ended up getting a CAT scan and MRIs, all sorts of stuff that night. We're like, it was a very, very, very long night where David and I did not get any sleep because they were like, your son's neck is broken. We're like, ah, freaking out. So yeah, very scary. But yeah, anyway, AccuWeather. Hold on, wait, he's got the weather report for me. Thanks, Ken. AccuWeather says thunderstorms from 3 a.m., 6 a.m., and 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. and no rain in the forecast, but windy and dropping temps. I don't mind dropping temps. It was kind of hot. 93 degrees in March is a little excessive. I don't know about you, but I think it's a little excessive. So I'm okay with like 60s and 70s. Hopefully it won't drop too drastic because I don't want to go any further than that. But I like it nice in the 60s and 70s until at least April. Personally. I don't know. Anyway. Oh, I'm almost up to my hour. I should probably say goodnight to y'all. You should like go and do something fun. It's a Friday night. Go do something fun. Stay away from the loofahs. You know who I'm talking to. And do something fun tomorrow. Hopefully there's some decent weather out there where you're at, wherever you are, and you'll get to go and hang around, you know, your town square or your town and do something fun. There's always something going on in these towns, right? Maybe it's just Ocala, I don't know, but there is always something going on somewhere. You'll stumble across car shows on one corner, and you'll stumble upon a Mardi Paws parade around another corner, and a food truck caravan around another one, new sculptures out in the park at another. There's just stuff everywhere. So I'm gonna go find some low-carb food trucks tomorrow. Wish me luck. And hopefully we'll have a great time. If I see anything really fun, of course, don't ask, Ken. Don't ask. So I hope that you guys have fun too, and I will see you back here next week. I will be on here for another live, and I will definitely be doing videos in the meantime. So sounds good, Bill. Y'all have a great night, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.